Right. So, hold on. Right, so we're gonna have a look at last week's games and then do our predictions for this week's. Yeah.
So last week started with Forest 2, Sheffield United 1. What are your thoughts on that game, boys?
Absolute barn burner.
Is it really?
I think it's what we all assumed, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we all had Forest win. Ant had 1-0. Me and you both had 2-0, Tom.
I did like saying
The
Chris
only
Wood
sort of-
score the winner. I did like saying that. The late winner from Chris Wood was sweet.
Yeah. And shout out to our knee as well. He's a really good striker, isn't he?
Tyler was
he
fantastic.
is. He was class against first game as well against
Against us.
Yeah, against you. Yeah, he had a really good game there as well.
Always scores against me on FM. It's so annoying. he's like that one player that every FM manager has. He's mine.
Yeah.
Every single time I play Forest.
Yeah. Sheffield United's goal was good as well. The Hamer one. That was a nice goal.
Yeah.
But yeah, not too much to say on that game though. 1-0 Brentford 3. Brentford still banging goals.
Yeah. Even without Tony.
Yeah.
Crazy. It's a bit scary actually.
They
look really good.
Shouting that, we were discussing Ream to go in our underrated 11 and he got sent off.
Yeah.
Did say he shouldn't be in there.
Did we put him in the end? Was he in there or?
Yeah,
we did put him in. Oh.
Yeah, me and you bullied him in.
Well, maybe made a mistake there.
Did you see the red though?
No.
It was soft, to be honest. It was really soft.
Was it as soft as Tomiyasu's?
No, but we'll get on to that.
Wissa though, Wissa's had a very good start of the season.
Wissa and Mbermo.
And Mbermo, they both had really good starts, yeah.
And Mbermo, who I said should be in the underrated 11, he didn't let me have him.
He's not underrated. People think he's good.
But anyway, we all had 2-1 for that, so we all got the result again with no correct scores.
Yeah.
Liverpool 3, Bournemouth 1. The start of this game, I thought Liverpool were a mess. The goalkeeper and the defence were so shaky, just making terrible passes trying to play off in the back.
The disallowed goal as well. I mean,
yeah.
Do you know what I actually think? Like, that goal got disallowed because it similarly to one of Elliot Anderson's goals that got disallowed last season, because the touch wasn't like an intentional pass, but it seemed like that 100% seemed like one to me, the first goal.
Yeah, it was a bit dodgy, wasn't it?
I think they need to kind of sort that rule out and be a bit more kind of like
the officiating on the whole this weekend was awful.
Yeah. They need to put a bit more clarification on that rule, because as well, like, even if he has intentionally done that, he's done that because the player's there, so he's still interfered with play anyway, because he probably wouldn't have done that if the player wasn't there, so then it would be offside. So they need to kind of be a bit more clear on why they're making the decisions. Because I do think it was right to disallow it for offside, because he still interfered with play, but then they said it wasn't done because it wasn't an intentional pass back, but it clearly was.
Yeah.
So they need to sort that out.
And then
I'd love to have that. Sorry, just before you go on to the next thing, I'd love to have that thing from the Women's World Cup that they've been doing, where the refs actually got like a mic out to the stadium and to the broadcast, so they can explain the decisions. Or if there's one in VAR, they can do it.
Yeah, I like that.
I think Howard Webb said that they are trialing that in some leagues at the moment, so it could come in.
Yeah, I liked when they released when they released a few videos from like the end of last season from like some of the decisions they made, and like VAR chatting with the ref. Like, I thought they were class. Yeah. It was good to hear the conversation.
Yeah, it was great.
I don't think they'll ever do them live, just in case they make a mistake and get slammed. But
yeah, absolutely.
It was still good to hear.
He said that they're not allowed to do it live, but they could possibly start doing it post game.
See, even that sound, because you still get to hear if you're like upset.
Match of the day would be unbelievable.
Yeah. If they like played it on Match of the Day that night or whatever. Because if you're upset about the decision, then you hear VAR have a chat about it, you might change your mind. But also, McAllister's red card was never a red card. That's another one.
That's been overturned.
It got overturned this week, didn't it? Yeah, it was never a red
I'd
card.
also, I don't think it was a penalty to Liverpool either. I thought Szoboszlai made the
Yeah,
ball.
never,
absolutely. He
ever.
jumps.
Yeah.
Maybe he's brushed his shin and he just feared dolphin dived over his leg.
Yeah, it was ridiculous, wasn't it?
Yeah.
He was really good though, to be fair, Szoboszlai.
It's a good signing.
He's a great player.
He played so well. Diaz was good again as well. Great goal.
Yeah. Alright, next game. Wait, what did we predict on that? I went quite high, didn't I? I think I went like 6 or 7-1.
You went 4-1.
Why did I go 4?
I said 3-1, so I got that bang on. And Tommy had 3 now.
Kieran catching up on points here, Kieran.
I was going to say, I bet I'm last after this week now. I think I've had a pretty stinky week.
I'll reveal at the end.
Cool.
So next is Wolves 1, Brighton 4.
Brighton are pretty good.
Yeah, Brighton have had a very good start.
The Matoma march
and
Seesaw.
That Matoma goal was so good.
Class,
Matoma is unreal.
Both of March's goals, both pinpoint passes from NC, so stupid, man.
I like March, mate. I really like March.
I do as well.
More of a February, man.
Shut up. Oh my god. I hate you.
That was for oh god.
That's why I'm here.
Let's just move on to the scores.
Yeah, let's move back.
Scores on the doors.
Brighton were unreal.
They were so good. Anthony had 2-1 Brighton. I had 2-0, and Tommy had 3-1. So,
one off again.
I didn't expect Wolves to ship that many after how well they played against Man United, but
yeah, that's what I thought.
Brighton just tore them apart.
Speaking of,
Tottenham 2, Man United 0.
Spurs deserve to win it.
A mixture of Spurs being pretty good and Man United being pretty bad.
Yeah. Spurs.
More horrendous officiating in this game, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, the handball was a handball. That should have been a pen.
Clear handball. But then also in the second half, Spurs should have had a pen from the Martinez foul as well. They both got away with one, I think.
Yeah.
Quite enjoyed Bruno's Rabona. That was good. Did you see Gary Lineker's tweet about that as well?
No. What did he say?
No.
Oh, it was horrible. He was like, "Oh, Bruno with a Rabona so good it nearly gave me a boner."
Jesus, man.
Cheers, Gary.
Horrendous. Everyone thought he'd been hacked.
Yo, Saw's goal. I know it didn't look like it, but Saw's goal was really good. Like,
Saw in general, it was really good.
Saw was class. Really good, getting from like the edge of the halfway line, getting from the halfway line to where he did during that attack to tap in was class. He was really, really good that game.
Basuma was great as well.
Yeah, he was.
Showing the form he had at Brighton. Maddison great again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Until he got injured.
Yeah.
Sadly.
Do you know what's weird? The one like Spurs player I wouldn't point out as being class in the first 2 games is who you'd have expected to step up and be unreal with Kane leaving. That's Son.
Yeah.
I don't think he's shone as much as we expected him to do with Kane. No, I don't think he's overrated. That's not me saying that at all. Son's class.
No, same.
Son's class.
The front three, Son, Richarlison, Kulusevski, sounds quite good on paper, but none of them are really.
Nah, it's been like the midfield that have shone.
I'm surprised Kulusevski hasn't been a lot better.
Yeah,
because he's a great player.
What's wrong with United at the minute, man?
I don't know, but I'm loving him.
Same.
Funny as great.
It's class.
Plus, I've got them outside the top 4, so
they're just a mess all over the pitch. Like the forwards aren't scoring goals, the midfield's getting ran through, defenders can't defend.
They've just had a horrible start.
It was great seeing Mason Mount once he got put on the bench, just looking into the distance like, what am I doing here?
I forgot Mount was on the pitch that game. He was that quiet.
Mm-hmm.
I completely forgot he was on the pitch.
I'm counting.
What did we go for?
You got that score bang on.
Oh yeah, I did. I went 2-0, didn't I?
Yeah. I
That's
went
good.
3-1 Spurs, so I got the result right. Tom, you had 1-1.
No points.
Dropped points.
Man City 1, Newcastle 0.
I thought it was a good game in general.
Yeah.
I feel like the best team won. City deserved to win.
It's a good result the way at City.
Oh yeah, mate. I'm a bit upset we've lost the game already because last season we didn't lose a game for ages. But City ways you can't complain. Getting beat 1-0 is not a bad result. And we kept them quiet. We kept Haaland quiet the entire game. Botman had him in his pocket the whole game. Botman was unbelievable. But it was literally one mistake. And then Alvarez just scored an absolute worldie.
Alvarez finished so good.
What a goal, man. And that's the thing, like, that was probably the one clear-cut chance they had. And he just buried it perfectly in the top corner. That was so annoying. It didn't even hit the back of the net. And as soon as it left his foot, I said out loud, that's in. And I just knew it was in the second he hit it.
I don't know why we didn't put Julian Alvarez down as an underrated striker.
Yeah, I can get on board.
I think that's a big miss from us there.
But then again, I think he's more shone like this season than he did last season. Like the first 2 games has been class.
He's really good.
I still think last season.
Yeah, but he's definitely started the season unreal.
Like top 6 Premier League starting striker.
I think he'd start for nearly every team in the league. Except
Phil Foden though, my God, he was unbelievable. He was unreal that game. My issue with us was, obviously we're playing City where you're never going to get the ball much, but when we did, we were wasteful with it. We didn't create much.
I think Gordon was lucky to stay on the pitch.
Yeah, a little bit. I feel like one more foul, that was it. He kind of had he got his yellow, he had his warning, and then one more and he would have been off.
I think it would have been slightly harsh to send him off, but also he probably got away with more than a lot of other players did this weekend.
Yeah, I agree with that. But yeah, I feel like he was kind of on his last leg, and that's why we took him off as early as we did, because I think Eddie knew like if he makes one more foul, he's off. But I also kind of felt like the ref was just
He looked like he thought he was going.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like the ref that game did just kind of throw yellows around all over though. Like no one got sent off, but you just seemed to be throwing yellows for so many little tackles that didn't seem dreadful. Other than like the first Gordon tackle was a yellow. It was.
Yeah.
It wasn't. He caught him on the back of the leg. It was an accident. He was just running behind him and he caught him on the back of the heel. Like that happens in footy. So, but it was a yellow. But I feel like him getting sent off would have been harsh. But I wouldn't have been surprised if he did.
I'll tell you what, I didn't realise how difficult Newcastle's fixtures are at the start of this season.
Mate, we've got the hardest start out of anyone, easily.
But it means you'll get a nice run later.
Liverpool, then Brighton.
Yeah, so it was Villa home, City away, Pool at home, Brighton away, Brentford at home, and then the Champions League starts.
Yep. And then we've got Arsenal 4th of November, so that's near the start as well.
That's brutal.
Yeah, we've got a rough start. But then it also means around like Christmas and stuff. I can't remember what our fixtures are exactly around that, but obviously we've gotten quite a lot of the tough games out of the way.
Well, are you slightly worried that momentum and mentality might be affected by this though?
No, not really, because I feel like a lot of the fixtures that are coming up we won't do bad in.
Yeah,
I feel like we've got the hardest out of the way.
City again, and you were great against Villa, so you'd probably be alright.
Defensively, other than that one point against City, defensively we were unreal. Yeah. It was more moving forward. We're wasteful against them. But yeah, we've talked about that game for ages. Let's move on.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you had 2-2 for that.
I went for a draw.
Yeah, me and Tom both had 2-1, so 1 point each for us. Right. Aston Villa 4, Everton 0.
Turn around from Villa from last week, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Villa were really good. Everton were dreadful.
Yeah. Yeah. Villa just looked dangerous every time they went forward.
Yeah.
And Watkins didn't even score.
He didn't, did he?
He didn't take the penalty. Douglas Luiz took the penalty.
Yeah, I thought that was weird.
I couldn't believe it. It ruined my FPL game week.
But yeah, that game literally goes Villa good, Everton bad. That was it.
Everton looked so bad. Did you see Ashley Young's throw in for the 4th goal?
Yeah.
Just threw it straight to him, just put him in on goal. What was he thinking? He's meant to be the experienced player in that squad.
Yeah, it just wasn't good. Like if Everton's first couple of games or anything to go by, they're gonna struggle again.
Yeah.
Good for my prediction.
Same.
They looked dangerous against Fulham, but they couldn't put the ball in the back
But
of the
yeah,
net.
couldn't score. Yeah.
Now they've lost Calvert-Lewin as well.
I was going to say, yeah.
Yeah, Anthony, you had 3-0. Close.
Very.
I had 3-2. And Tom had 2-2.
No points for Tom again. Tom, this is a bad week for you, mate.
Villa shouldn't have looked so bad last week then.
Mate, I 100% knew that Villa against us was a one-off for them. They're going to have a good season. I think they just, after we got like the third goal, they just kind of collapsed. Which is so easy to do at St. James Park.
Really disrupted their rhythm, didn't it?
Yeah. It's so easy to collapse at St. James's when you go a goal or two down. Like, it really is. Because the atmosphere is just ridiculous. But I knew Villa would bounce back. I like them. I like that. I like that squad.
Hang on, he'll want a clean cut there.
Speaking of teams collapsed.
There it is.
West Ham 3, Chelsea 1.
I feel like that's going to be a recurring theme for the start of the season for our games until we get Jackson firing, or just any of our front three firing. Now that we've lost Chukwuemeka, the person that did score, and it was a great goal from him.
Yeah, that goal was good.
He's out for 6 weeks or so now with having done his knee.
That's a big loss.
Yeah, that goal was class.
I think he's been one of our brightest sparks. I wanted him to play so much more last season than what he did. So I'm glad that Pochettino has kind of started putting faith in him. But yeah, it's going to be another game that we absolutely control. I think if Enzo scores his penalty, it's a completely different game because that momentum just gets carried through. But as soon as we went 2-1 down to that Antonio goal, you have to take your hands off. It's unbelievable strike.
Well, Antonio
it's Sanchez getting beat from outside the box, but
yeah, it was.
You have to see
really powerful strike.
Yeah, and it was through Disasi's legs. Disasi looked a completely different player than what he looked against Liverpool, which was a bit scary.
First off, Chelsea mainly looked pretty good, I thought. Pace was electrifying. He looked really dangerous. Sterling was unbelievable.
That's the best performance I've ever seen Sterling have in a Chelsea kit.
Yeah, he looked really good.
He was just beating like 3 or 4 players for fun. Every couple of runs. We just didn't have the person in the box for it. Jackson was there or thereabouts. But it just kept falling with Conor Gallagher. There was a Mudryk chance that should have just been an easy volley
really
across the keeper, and he's setting it back to the corner flag.
That was really bad. No, yeah, Mudryk's volley was dreadful.
The first goal he conceded, I think West Ham could do that to anyone this season. Ward-Prowse putting deliveries in for all the giants in their team.
As soon as I think it was in like the third minute they got the first corner, and you saw James Ward-Prowse walk over the corner flag. And
I was going to say, wasn't
it panned to the height of some of the West Ham players in the box. You were like, this is going to happen probably in a third of their games. I think James Ward-Prowse is going to float onto someone's head.
Yeah, the two corners were quite close to each other, weren't there? There was only like a couple of minutes apart.
Yeah, I think it was like 3rd minute and 6th minute. So
even the first corner was class.
It's just dangerous set pieces from James Ward-Prowse. I don't know why more clubs weren't in for him.
West Ham have got some big men as well, so Ward-Prowse is going to fit in very well there.
What?
I think sorry, go on.
Do you think Enzo's the right man for pens?
I've not seen enough Chelsea pens.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I mean, he hasn't scored a goal for the club yet, and you trust him with a penalty there at pretty crucial time.
Hasn't he?
No. Well, not in the Premier League at least. Maybe in a different competition.
I thought you had in the Premier League. We weren't in any other competition.
But when you look at Chelsea, there's not really any pen takers that would come to mind, really.
I would have thought Jackson would have took one, but if Nkunku's playing and Nkunku takes it, I think. But you maybe think, I don't think Sterling's not a recognised penalty taker. Nah. Can't see Mudryk taking one.
Nah, Mudryk would run really fast. I didn't sky it.
We've lost Mount, Jorginho, Havertz.
Jorginho was obviously the
you
best
said
one.
all three of them are overrated, so I don't know why you compared.
Penalty takers. They were all designated penalty takers, unless you're going to stick like Thiago Silva on it or something.
Jorginho was an unreal pen taker.
I think the worry for Chelsea is that West Ham went down 10 men, and you never looked like scoring.
No, that was the really annoying thing, because they didn't even set up that. I mean, I will come on to it next, but Arsenal's low block against Palace when they went down to 10 men was just gorgeous.
Yeah, I mean, to see the difference of that, like, when Arsenal went down to 10 men, Palace was smashing you all over. They were absolutely hammering you. But then when West Ham went down to 10 men, you did not look good in the slightest, when really it should have been doing what Palace did and just banging at them.
No. I think if we'd have kept Chukwuemeka on, if we could have still had Chukwuemeka, then it would have looked fine. But I want Nani Madueke to get more game time. I think Mudryk needs to sit out against Luton next. I'll move Stone at the left wing and Madueke on the right.
Right, we've thought about this one for quite a while, but there's one more thing we have to talk about.
It's
Moises Caicedo.
The elephant in the room. That's going to be the biggest blip of his career, I think.
Probably.
You could tell from as soon as the teams came out, it was going to be the fact that if Caicedo doesn't start, then he's not ready to play, because he hasn't had any pre-season and he's not. He's not played any minutes for Brighton. It was going to be a case if he was starting, then it was going to be the fact of Pochettino seeing such a dramatic increase in what people thought he was going to be, having played no minutes. But the fact that he was on the bench, it's a statement of he is our £115 million signing. He can't not be in at the first game available. The fact that Lavia wasn't there again doubles that. The fact that he was the £50 million signing, but it was been taken away from by the Caicedo deal. The fact that Lavia wasn't on the bench, even though he has played a few minutes in pre-season, just shows that both of them weren't going to be at the level required straight away after only about 1 or 2 days in training.
I think it was written in the stars that he was going to give that penalty away.
It was such a bad pen to give away as well. It was such a bad tackle.
Such a stupid one, but. It's just going to be a case of hopefully he can just put that behind him. I know Chelsea fans aren't going to get on him for that.
No.
So
the scores.
See where we go.
We all had Chelsea win. Anthony had 2-1, I had 2-0, and Tommy had 3-1. So no points.
The other way.
Right, last game, Palace 0, Arsenal 1. Any one of us 3 points this weekend?
Congratulations.
Wait, did you went 1-0?
No, his team won.
Oh. I thought you meant in the prediction.
Oh, no.
Yeah, fair point.
I mean, Arsenal just controlled the game until that ridiculous red card. And then
it was never a red.
That was stupid. Shut up.
Well deserved. No,
Havertz did loads of time waste, and then Tomiyasu got booked for it.
I've talked to this about Kieran earlier. I've said that yellow card for Tomiyasu was just because it's the fact that Arsenal took about 30 seconds to take a throw in, and it was just the fact that Tomiyasu had the ball in his hand when the decision was made.
The first one was just, but it was more Havertz and whoever the other lad picked it up first's fault that Tomiyasu got the first yellow. It was just because he took ages to take.
He could have blown it for Havertz there, but I think it was the fact that Tomiyasu was clearly running over to take the throw in, and the fact that Havertz walked onto the pitch, showing that he was going to give it to Tomiyasu, but then Tomiyasu still waited another 8 or 9 seconds.
Yeah,
I think that was the best outcome refereeing wise. The decision was right.
Yeah, the first one was right, but the second one was absolutely bollocks.
The second one was a bit
ridiculous.
Made a middle of that.
Especially considering just before Ayew did so much worse than that on a yellow and didn't get a second yellow.
Yeah, Tomiyasu's second yellow was never, ever a yellow. But I don't think it was a pen for you either.
You don't think it was a pen?
No, I'm joking a bit. That was clear. Mate, I think you were a bit fortunate with Eze though. Mate, he was so good against you. Eze was unreal. When you went down to 10 men, he was unbelievable.
I think the fact Partey was pulling his leg away when he
kind of hit it, yeah,
was why it wasn't a penalty.
But when he was
it
like,
could have gone either way easily.
When he was waltzing in between, it was like you could just in my head was like they're gonna give away a pen here. Like that was kind of what I was thinking when he was just slaloming between like 3-4 players. But you deserve to win overall, like you did.
Yeah, I've got to give Arteta massive credit for the disgusting 5-3-1 that we played. It's just the lowest block ever.
Mate,
he just brought on all the big guys.
Mate, what I loved seeing was like how buzzing your defenders were every time he's got clearance or like got the ball away or went out for a goal kick. Like it that's such a good thing to see. I love seeing like defenders
resilience from us.
I love seeing defenders and midfielders like celebrate a good tackle, mate. Like I love it.
You know what I loved as well? It was like the 90th minute, and we just brought like Zinchenko and that on, and him, Rice, and Havertz. They just started doing a bit of keep ball in the middle of the pitch. Just
that was unreal.
It was so good. But it's a good sign that we can go down 10 men, just whack a low block in, and just keep the clean sheet and win 1-0. You've got to be able to do that if you want to win a title.
Was against Palace, to be fair,
that's what we're aiming for. Palace a good team, there.
Palace are good.
I was joking, but I'm just getting bites, mate.
It's working. Stop it.
Yeah, I know, mate. When I first put the message in the chat about it not being a pen, mate, you were livid.
I was sat next to him. He was like, "What's he on about?"
I wasn't even watching the game at the time. I just got home.
Yeah, no, a good win for us though.
Yeah.
We all went for much bigger scorelines. You two said 3-0. I said 3-1.
We all get a point
each there. So this week, I'll just get this table up.
I don't know what I hear this.
So this week, Tom, you got 6 points.
That's dreadful.
Anthony, you got 9, and I got 10.
So I'm still in the lead.
Yeah, so overall, me and Tom are both on 17, and you're on 23.
I'm on how many?
23.
We're both on what, Kieran?
23. I didn't realise I was ahead that far. Like,
it's like you.
I didn't realise I was that far ahead. Like, I'll take that.
Yeah, 6 points ahead.
All right. Should we have a look at this week's games?
Title. 6 games remaining.
5 points.
Right, let's have a look at this week's games. Oh, this like next
Friday night.
I just don't want to start this, to be honest. I'm glad we're in Cambridge, so we might miss it. No, I'm joking.
Friday night we've got Chelsea versus Luton.
We have to win this.
Yeah, it has to be.
It's so funny if you didn't.
It really would be. It would be so funny.
It's going to be Ross Barkley's debut for Luton. And I just have a fear that he's getting a fiver lumped on him to score. Like it's happening.
That'll be unreal.
I am looking forward to it because it should be a game that we just walk them.
Yeah, I reckon.
If we don't, it's going to look dreadful.
I reckon this is the game where you like pick it up and your season kind of kicks off a bit.
I am glad Luton has come early to make it 6 wins in 32.
Oh god, man!
Get Enzo's 4th Premier League win.
Did you see the stat that Chelsea have won 5 of the last 31 Premier League games, and Everton have won 6 of their last 31?
That's mad.
That's how dire
Chelsea is. Mad.
I can't remember if I mentioned this stat, but if you take our points last season just from when Potter took over to the end of the season against like everyone else's from that time, we are in the relegation zone.
That's mad.
I think we're 17th or 18th.
That's absolutely mad.
I think we are. I think we're in the relegation zone, or just like 1 or 2 points out, which is
so funny.
What score he's going for? I'm going for 3-0 Chelsea. I reckon this is the game where you kind of pick things up.
I still think we concede.
I've done 2 now.
We need to go back to a back 4. I don't understand why we've played the entire pre-season playing well in a back 4, and then the first 2 games of the Premier he's thrown a back 3 in. as much as I absolutely adore him, Thiago Silva does need to just step back a little bit, I think. He's clearly not in the role for captaincy because vice-captain's Ben Chilwell and vice-captain is Enzo Fernandez, because as soon as Chilwell went off, Fernandez got the armband at the weekend, even though Silva was on the pitch. So I think he's there to bring experience to that back line, but I feel like Levi Colwill, he's not daft. He knows what he's doing. It's only really Disasi that'll need an arm around his shoulder. When it comes to experience.
Give us your score, man. No one cares.
You what? Oh, sorry. I don't think it'll be as easy as people think it will be, so I'm going to go 2-1 Chelsea.
All right.
I'm up for 2 now.
3-1. 3-0.
Right.
Sorry.
Bournemouth versus Spurs.
See,
I'll go 2-1 Spurs.
I'm going 2-0 Spurs.
I'm going 2-0 Spurs.
I feel like I kind of underrated Spurs a bit. They've looked good, despite losing
Andrew's a good manager.
Yeah, he is. He seems. I like his interviews as well. He seems like proper headstrong.
They're really high energy and attacking, and I just think that gives Bournemouth the opportunity to get a goal. But they should win.
Yeah.
Arsenal Fulham
3-1.
I've got 3-0.
Have you actually?
Yeah.
Oh no, Mitrovic isn't there, is he? No, 3-0.
I'm gonna go 2-1. Arsenal, that is. Sorry.
I assumed. Yeah, I mean, we should just stop way too much for them, especially at home.
I agree,
They're not
but
a good start this season.
You haven't scored many yet either, so.
Yeah, would you a few goals? Brentford Palace
2-2.
That's a close one for me, because if Palace play like they did against Hughes, they'll have a good fight against Brentford. But I still think Brentford will pick it, so I'm going to go 2-1 Brentford.
Yeah, I went 2-1 as well. Palace were really good when we went down to 10 men, but 11v11 they weren't in the game at all. Brentford have just been on fire. Everton Wolves
0-0.
This is a close one for another reason. Yeah,
I think it's going to be a proper dead game.
I think Wolves tip it 1-0.
I'd love to see Wolves tip it 1-0, but I reckon it's going to be a dud game in 0-0.
It was either going to be 0-0 or 1-1 for me. I went 0-0.
But games like that, sometimes you just like one of them will just be way worse than the other and win like 3-4-0. Sometimes happens, but yeah, I'm going 0-0.
Man United and Notts Forest.
Haaland's available.
Is he?
I
think it's his first one back, isn't it?
Yeah. It came out today that he's available for the match. I don't think he'll start.
Nah.
Oh.
Because he's still in. He's at the end of the rehabilitation phase.
That changes about nothing. So.
Nah, it doesn't change anything in my prediction. What you going, Kieran?
I've gone 2-1 United.
I'm gonna go for a bit of a.
Ooh.
I'm gonna go for a bit of a cheeky 2-1 Forest.
I so hope you're right.
I just think Man United haven't looked that good. They really haven't.
Forest,
so I feel like if there's going to be a shock in this week, I reckon it's that fixture.
Have you both gone for a winner then?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've gone 2-1.
I'll go for 1-1 draw then.
It's a one who was getting at least 1 point this week.
So we're all split.
Right. Brighton versus West Ham.
This is more difficult after seeing West Ham's game against Chelsea. But I still think Brighton edge it, especially at home.
I think Brighton will smash them.
Really?
I think they will as well, yeah.
You're going to go 4-1.
I've got 3 now.
I've got 2-0 Brighton. I still think Brighton will win it, but I don't think they'll smash them like they have done the last couple of games.
I think they will. But Brighton just keeps seeing the concede a daft goal though, so that's why I've got for West Ham to get one.
Yeah.
There'll be another Ward-Prowse corner or something. Burnley and Aston Villa.
Yeah, I'm going 3-0 Villa.
I'll go 2-0 Villa.
I've gone 2-1 Villa.
Really? I think
Yeah.
Villa will get a couple, I think. Villa will get at least 2 or 3, I think. The attacking looked so much better last week compared to against us.
Getting 2. But, I mean, away from home against Newcastle, they weren't very good. And Burnley, I think, are decent enough to do something.
We'll see. To be fair, I think I actually might regret that because Burnley weren't terrible against Man City either.
No, and obviously they've had 2 weeks
it was
to prepare
Man
for this.
City. Yeah,
They didn't play against Luton.
Yeah, they didn't have the time.
Oh yeah, of course.
I'm not going to change my mind because it's written down now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I actually think I might be wrong now. But yeah, we'll see.
Sheffield United and Manchester City.
4-0 City.
I reckon it's a hammer.
Bramall Lane's hard.
I think Sheffield United might nick a result,
Yeah.
Actually, are you going for a shock in this game?
Dreaming straight gear.
Well, I've wrote down 2-1 to Man City, but I really want to put 2-1 to Sheffield United.
Do it.
You just want City to drop points, mate.
Do it. Go for it. Go with your heart.
The logical thing to do, if I want to win our competition, is to back City.
No, don't do that.
But,
no, don't do that. Just go.
Listen to your heart, mate.
Do what your heart wants.
Heart
wants what the heart wants.
I think Sheffield United might shot us.
I'm going 3-0
City,
City, but
you do that.
listen to your heart, Kieran.
City.
I don't do.
Go on, take the risk. I've took the risk
Do
on
it.
Forest because I had a feeling.
Yeah, okay, I'm doing it. 2-1 to Sheffield United.
Come on. I hope it happens. 'Cause it'll be funny.
Right, last one, boys. Newcastle versus Liverpool. This is a really hard one.
2-0
This is a hard
Newcastle.
one.
2-0 Newcastle.
I reckon we'll win 2-0. I reckon we'll get a goal about 40-50 minutes in. 50-60 minutes in, and then we'll get another goal in like the 70-80th. Just to kind of seal it.
Liverpool did the double over last season, though.
Yeah, but
were they the only team to do that?
yeah, literally the only team. Yeah, but I can't see we're getting beat. I really can't, and I can't see we're not scoring.
Yeah, I think you're better than Liverpool at the moment, but I just don't know.
I can't see we're not scoring against Liverpool.
I'm going to go 2-1 to Liverpool.
Oh, all right.
I'll go in the middle again and go 2-2 then. So I think that is a match that can go either way.
Not concede 2 goals against Liverpool, mate. If we only conceded 1 against City away, we're not going to concede 2 to Liverpool.
Liverpool have got dangerous attackers though.
Mm-hmm.
Compared to City.
To get fired.
Yeah,
it's horses for courses.
Yeah, they've got a big man up front. Liverpool have so many pacey players. I think they can hit you on the counter.
Cool. Can't wait to be bottom next week.
I can't believe I'm 6 points up. I hope I carry on. I knew I was first, but I didn't realise it was by that many.
Yeah, you've had 2 pretty good weeks, to be fair.
Yeah, 2 decent weeks. I've had a couple of exact scores, I think, so.
Yeah, we have.
I'll take it. Right.
See you next week.
Yeah, you got anything else, boys?
Nope.
Nah, sound. Well,
West Ham signed
shut
James Ward-Prowse.
Shut up, mate.
Don't you know it? You wrecked it.
They've actually signed him this time. It's not even a rumour now.
Don't I bloody know it.
Nah, but yeah, wicked. Have a good week, lads, and I'll see you next week.
I'll see you next week.
Cheers for watching, everyone. Drop a like, drop a sub.